Juggalos and Juggalettes, this is your big homie Big Ian coming at you, and today I'm doing an interview with psychopathic and subnoise heavyweights Otis from the Axe Murder Boys and Jahred of Head PE. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you today?
What's up?
What up, man? Doing good.
All right, so I want to dive.
Simultaneously.
Huh?
My bad.
All right, man. We're gonna dive right in. I know some of you have got very busy schedules because you're big famous people, and so we're gonna get started now. You guys called this. You guys contacted Faygoluvers because you said you had something really big you want to announce. So we want to get right into that. What is it you want to announce to the world today?
Well, I'm happy to say that we're going on tour with AMB, and that I got AMB on a track on our bonus CD on the new album. So I'm stoked about that.
Okay,
yep,
so
us
there's
too, man. We did the track. It's dope. Track is slamming, and I can't wait till we get on the road with the mighty Head PE. It's going down.
So this track is going to be appearing on Head PE's upcoming album.
Yeah, what it is it's a bonus CD that because of my schedule, I had already delivered the album, but I had of opportunity, and because we put together a bonus CD that you could get on the pre-order tip from suburbannoiserecords.com. And so I reached out to Otis for that, and he jumped on that, and so that's just a bonus for the Juggalos who could hook that up from online. And I'm sure once it comes out, we'll get it on the iTunes if people don't get a chance to get it on the bonus.
Okay, excellent. So let's get some details on the track. What's it called? What's it about? Just what was it like working together?
Well, the song is called Takeover, and it's basically just a battle track, where it's just aggressive garage funk hip hop track that I knew the AMB would be perfect for. So, Head PE, we got a lot of serious, tracks that we do, but this one was just more of a battle track.
Yeah, it's slamming. It's dope. It's some super hard shit. And I loved it. When we heard the beat, we were freaking out. You know what I'm saying? We was jumping up and down. It took us a couple of days to get it done because we wanted it to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope. Head PE definitely delivers. Y'all got the illest production. I'm telling you, man, this shit is tight.
Thanks,
Slamming.
dude, because I was like, whenever we went on tour with ICP and I first heard the Axe Murder Boys, I was like, hip hop's cool because you instantly know if you're down or not just by the flow and the whatever. So I was immediately like, these kids fucking got talent,
Yeah.
So so I was just like, yeah, I know for sure sooner or later we're going to go on tour with these kids and put them on a track or whatever. So, and sure enough, when I got the track back, I was like, damn.
That's the shit.
At the gathering when Otis came up and did some freestyle, and it was I myself do not freestyle. I write all my shit, but I swear Otis had to have been freestyling because he was doing some shit like right off the dome, and I was just like, fuck, that's just too much.
Fuck yeah, man. I had a great time. We twittered that YouTube video too. I was like, hell yeah, that's dope. That was the shit.
Okay, so what made you guys want to make the jump from just like doing this track together to actually going on a full-blown tour together? Well, like, was it directly tied to the track, or was it just kind of a happenstance that the two are happening at the same time?
Well, I myself always want to take out like psychopathic acts since I'm a juggalo myself, So just when the tour came around and Otis and I were communicating and we were both, I was like, love to get you on tour. He was like, yeah, I'd be down for that. And so then sure enough, when our this end of the year tour came up and some like fucking heavy metal acts weren't pulling through, I was like telling the label, let's fucking take some psychopathic acts and threw AMB out there. And then the next thing you know, it's Head PE, Boondocks, and AMB. So I'm totally happy about it.
Hell yeah, man. We can't wait. We can't wait to hit the road. I totally forgot to even mention that our boy Boondocks is going to be out there too. So it's going to be an underground show for it to be seen and to be remembered for sure. It's going down.
So when Boondocks hopped on his Twitter recently regarding him being pulled from the Old Shit tour and then that he would be going on tour with Head PE in November, it's the same tour that you guys were discussing. So it's going to be Head PE, Boondocks, and A&B heading out in November.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so do you have any details on the tour as far as like specifically when it will start, a title for the tour, the size of it, number of cities you'll be hitting, stuff like that?
I don't have. It's one of the few times where no one told me the title of the tour or whatever, because we're simultaneously doing shows with Suicidal Tendencies, and then when we're not doing that, then we're doing the Boondocks A&B. But just tell kids for sure on the Head PE Facebook, all the dates are on there, and I'm sure that A&B has their own site, right, Otis?
Yeah. We'll be posting them as soon as we talk to our dude today, and he's shooting us a final list of all the dates, and then we'll post them ASAP. So everybody will find out what dates we're going to be a part of at axemurderboys.com. It's going down like that.
Okay, excellent. We'll make sure to get those posted up as soon as they are posted by you guys. So everybody just stay tuned to Head PE, axemurderboys.com, and Faygoluvers, and we will get the links thrown up to y'all's site with this interview simultaneously. So you guys stay tuned for dates. So aside from both yourselves and Boondocks, do you know if there's going to be anybody else going on tour, or is it just going to be the three of y'all for now?
That's just it right there. Sometimes they'll try to throw on some local talent, but besides that, it's just going to be the three of us.
Okay, so just regarding the tour and the song y'all have done together, like that group of topics, is there anything else y'all want to say about the tour or the track before we move on to some more miscellaneous questions?
It's slamming and it's raw and it's about to be three ruthless motherfucking monsters of a band forming a giant fucking Voltron smashing through your cities. So watch out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about it. It'll be ill.
I'm excited. We're going to blow some clubs up for sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and that will be on Head PE's next album, Truth Rising, which will be out on October 26th, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Got the dope Phoenix on the cover, and I'm loving that shit.
Yeah,
feeling the Phoenix.
The artist did a good job on that.
Hell yeah, man. Y'all go get that motherfucking Head PE album. It's dope.
All right, so now we're just going to run through some quick Head PE questions. Jahred, I know you got some time constraints, so we'll just run through those real quick and let you split, and then Otis, I'll get right back to you, all right?
Word.
Okay,
cool.
So Jahred, regarding the album we just discussed, Truth Rising, what can your fans expect from this album when you compare it to some of your other releases, specifically your last album, New World Orphans?
Well, it's not like a departure from New World Orphans, but more like just an evolution and a continuation, because sometimes we do some albums that come out of left field sonically, but this one's kind of just still that hardcore heavy metal, hardcore punk in foundation with like hip hop reggae, going through it. You know what I mean? So this is kind of this album has more like hardcore vocal tones and heavy guitar and heavy drums than any album we've ever done. So a lot of the hip hop is mostly there from through the vocal rhythms, as opposed to like just like overtly hip hop verses or whatever. Although we do have a couple hip hop tracks, but most of the hip hop is there through the vocal rhythms. So I think it's a really good look. And it's an evolution of the message about, like, the last album was more about, oh, look, the shadow government's trying to do this. And this album is more about, this is what we're going to do,
Okay, so aside from A&B on the track that we just discussed, is there going to be any other really cool collaborations on Truth Rising we can expect to see?
I got the one heavy metal dude, Lejean from Seven Dust. I got him on one of the tracks, and then I got Chucky Styles from DGAF is on the track with A&B, and those are the only two guests really. Normally I get a lot more guests, but AMB and DGAF are the only guests on this. Oh no, and Lejean. Those are the three guests.
Okay, so it's you, AMB, and DGAF doing the one song together, and then a separate song with Lejean.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, awesome. Well, Jahred, it's been real nice talking to you. That's all the questions I got for you today. Is there anything else you'd like to say to all your fans before you cut out real quick, man?
Just tell all the juggalos, juggalettes, hit up the Facebook because I'm always fighting against the haters on there, standing up for juggalos all over the planet on our Facebook. So go on there. We need as many troops as we can on the Head PE Facebook. I run it myself. I took it over a month ago from the record label, and now I run it myself, and that's about it.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. That's not something you see all the time in music today. And of course, again, we will get that link thrown up with this interview. And with all that said, Jahred, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. And
all right, Big.
I'm looking forward to the album, and I'm sure I'll see you out there on the road soon.
All right, brother. Hey, Otis, when's the first city that you're going to be in?
I think it's November 3rd. November 3rd is the first date that we got. I can't remember the actual city.
All right, November 3rd.
Oh, wait. It's Ohio. I know it's in Ohio.
All right, dog. Keep in touch. I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right, man. Holla. Peace.
Later.
Awesome. And I think that was the sound of him leaving.
Yeah. I accented it a little bit. I repeated the sound, but yeah, I think he's outie.
Awesome. All right. Otis, well, I appreciate you being flexible with me here. So I got a bunch of questions about you and AMB. So the first thing I want to ask is, now you and Bones have been popping in on Twitter for the last couple months, really hitting strong at the next AMB album that'll be coming out. Can you give us any solid details about the next AMB album? Titles, release dates, all the important stuff.
The name, I can give the name of the album. The name of the album is The Garcia Brothers, and that's me and Bones. That's who we are. And the record is totally different from anything we've ever done. It's a big step. It's a big evolution, and it talks about all kinds of personal stories about us. It's still got classic Wicked shit in there, but it's a lot about it's a lot of stuff from our history and our growing up, with cool little twists on it, just so that it's not something you've already heard. It's definitely not the same dish you've already been served by us or by any other underground artist. And so that's why we called it the Garcia Brothers, and we're probably going to put it out next year. It probably won't be available till the first quarter of 2011, because we're still every time we think we're done with it, we go into the studio and we start making more shit. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm doing this interview from right now is Violent J's studio, and we've been making tracks here every day, all day since we've been out in Michigan, since we've been here. Since the top of the year, so it's just it's an ongoing process, but it's definitely our best work to date. And we've been discussing putting out a single CD with the single for the record, and then maybe 3 or 4 other tracks off the record as well. And there's a good chance that you'll be able to get that CD on this Head PE tour. So be on the lookout for that. That's probably what's going to come out from us this year is the Garcia Brothers singles, or a single CD from the Garcia Brothers with tracks from the actual record on it. And then the full length, you can expect to get that in 2011, in the early part of 2011.
Okay, excellent. So do you have any idea about the specifics on the number of tracks that'll be on it? Maybe a track name or two of some of your favorites, special guest appearances by other label mates and other artists, stuff like that?
Yeah, so far we've got we do a lot of songs with Violent J because we're always at his studio. So we've done a bunch of songs with him. We got to pick out which one is the best one to put on the record. My favorite so far that we've done with Violent J is this track called Nightline. It's just crazy dope. But then also we got Blaze and ABK. We got a verse from both of them on a song called Gangster Girl, which we played a little snippet of at excuse me, I'm burping up my Taco Bell. Anyway, we played a little snippet of Gangster Girl at our seminar at the Gathering. And then shit, my other couple favorite tracks. We got a track called, it's either gonna be called Colorado or Hometown, one of the two. But that's like one of my favorites because it shouts out everybody in the U.S., but it also, you know, it shouts out all regions of Juggalos, but it's still a song dedicated to our hometown. It's really dope. It's interesting how we did that, so I can't wait for people to hear that one. And shit, there's this one called Funky Dysfunction, talking about dysfunctional living situations with your family or with your girl. You know, that one touches real close to my personal life experiences. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got a bunch of tracks, man. They're all really dope.
So what I'm hearing from all the stuff you're saying about some of these specific tracks is that this is going to be a really heavily autobiographical album from y'all, just really talking about you and Bones and your lives.
In a lot of areas, yeah. We still got the stuff that is damn, I'm trying to go somewhere where I can't hear that beat. Hold on a second. All right, anyway, we still got stuff that's like fun to party to and fun to try to holler at a little juggalette with or something like that. But then also there's real, you know, there's a lot of personal stuff on this album because what we wanted to do was make a record full of things that haven't been said before by, say, ICP or Twisted or anybody else on the label for that matter. Because we want to come original, we want to come different, we want to give them us, you know, we want to give them A&B, Otis, and Bones because it's been a while now. This is our third album coming out of Psychopathic/Hatchet House, and people don't really even know who we are enough yet. You know what I mean? And it's time for everybody to find out. It's time for us to deliver ourselves to the Juggalos completely, and we're doing it over some fat beats. You know, it's the sickest music we've ever made, and we've made the whole thing at Violent J Studios so far. And which is a state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line studio. Everything in here is the shit. And I never had so much fun making beats before because I got access to every sound in the world, pretty much. Any fucking instrument or any fucking hip-hop beat, drum sound, anything I could possibly want as a producer is here at my fingertips. So yeah, man, it's definitely personal. It's dope. It's revealing sometimes, maybe even a little too much, but we're trying to give ourselves to the Juggalos completely. So I can't wait for y'all to hear it, truthfully.
Okay, so you just mentioned some of the production work that's being done, and you said that, you know, you have never had access to production equipment like that. Are you the one producing this album, or are there other producers helping out as well?
I've done the whole thing so far. Aside from Violent J, he comes in and he does a lot of production and adds to the production here and there. And he did like that Nightline beat. He put that whole beat together. But then we're thinking about having Mike Clark come in and do some instrumentation on that Nightline song. But you never know. You never know where it's gonna go. We're open to everybody putting their input down on our record. You know, when Shaggy Too Dope is in the studio, he's in here with us a lot. He gives us his input. It's like ICP are kind of like our executive producers. You know what I mean? Like they're always down to help us on our records, and we're always down to receive that help. We want that help. You know what I mean? So they're always adding their flavor and their sauce to it. But majorly, I'm the producer on the whole record as far as making the beats go. And yeah, ain't nobody else done any beats yet for it. But we're thinking about hollering at Mike for some original tracks from Mike Clark too. So we'll see what happens. But so far, it's just me. Yep.
Okay, wow, that's really impressive that you've done all the production thus far. About how many tracks do you have? I know you said you're still recording new stuff and changing and taking away, but like roughly how many tracks do you have now that you're considering for the Garcia brothers?
For the Garcia brothers, as we've made so many songs since we've been here. We got here in January. We've been living in Detroit since January, and we've recorded at least over 110 songs. Just fucking huge amounts of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just a mess in the hard drive. But for the Garcia brothers, I'd say some people say 14, other people say 12. You know what I mean? So it's in between 12 and 14.
Okay, nothing
'cause
concrete yet.
we disagree a lot. Me and Bones go back and forth on certain songs. Like one day, I'll want a certain song on there, and then a day goes by and I take it off because we made something fresher. You know what I mean? But total, I'd say let's just say 13 songs so far for that piece.
Okay.
And that are definite. And man, it's banger after banger. This is the Thriller to AMB's Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? This is our defining moment. This is our best shit we've ever done. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, so what I just
hype.
got out of that sentence is that we can all expect a really cool dance music video coming out of this album. Is that what I've heard?
Definitely not as far as the dancing goes. You can expect a whole series of music videos from it. You know what I mean? Not just one, but a shitload of music videos, probably more than 4 if everything goes right. But there probably won't be as much choreographical production quality as Thriller had. But don't be fooled, because I can get my fucking moonwalk on like a champ, straight up.
All right, man. All right, so moving on a little bit to just sort of the history of Axe Murder Boys for a couple questions. Can you give us all a rundown of of AMB's history between 2005 and 2008, specifically, why you guys left Psychopathic and then how and why you came back?
Well, originally we got signed from participating in the Underground Psychos contest, and I was like 17, turning 18 then. Or I was 18 to 19, I can't remember. But I was in 2005, and we did our first album, which was called Blood In, Blood Out, which was on Psychopathic. And then after the contract ran up and things were done, we kind of just went back to Colorado. And we weren't, basically at that point, we weren't guaranteed that our next album was going to come out on Psychopathic. We just went home to make it. We decided to make our album in Denver. And then after it was completed, bring it to them first, obviously, before trying to put it out ourselves to see if they wanted it, if they wanted to fuck with us, and if we were going to do it again, go in on another contract. And that's exactly what we did. We made a slamming album, and Violent J has always believed in us, and he's kind of like our, you know what I mean? Kind of like the Eazy-E to our Bone Thugs and Harmony, I guess, if you will. Or kind of like, he's like our mentor in the game, you know what I mean? And he was the first person that I brought the record to, and he was feeling it, and he showed it to the rest of the company, the entire rest of the company, everybody, and they were all feeling it. So that's how we got the deal that we're on now with Hatchet House, and that was like in 2008, I think, is when God's Hand came out, our second record with Psychopathic. And that one it did really well for us, and Juggalos received it really well, and everybody could tell that we had stepped our game up creatively, you know what I mean? And we had been touring on our own and just keeping it moving, and that's one of the main reasons that we were able to stand here with the likes of Psychopathic, because everybody at Psychopathic works harder than hard. They overwork, you know what I mean? And we tried to demonstrate that on our own, and that's what got us. That's what brought us back. And ever since we've been back, we've been doing a lot of touring. We've been participating in all the DJ Clay mixtapes, from the Let 'Em Bleeds 3 and 4 to the Book of the Wicked. We already did our tracks for the next Book of the Wicked. You know what I'm saying? And the one coming out now, I think it's Book of the Wicked Volume 2, right? Because the first one already dropped. Yeah, we got our tracks for the first one done right away. We got our tracks for the second one done months before he even started mixing it or anything like that. And then we just finished another track for Volume 3. So I really love them DJ Clay mixtapes. Everybody make sure you go get that next one. I think it's December 7th it comes out, and it's slamming. It's super dope. But yeah, man, so that's how it went down. We came back. We've been doing our thing, working really hard. And then after the Bang Pow Boom tour, we decided that it's in the best interest of our career to move to Detroit, where Psychopathic is where the headquarters are, you know what I'm saying, and start making our record here with them, because we want to use every every element that Psychopathic has to present A and B in the biggest and best way to the juggalos, you know what I mean? And the best way to do that is to live here. So now we're living out here. We make our records out here. We still take trips back to our hometown of Denver a lot, constantly. Just, kick it with our homies, soak in that hometown love and that flavor, and then bring it back to the studio out here. But yeah, man, that's where we stand right now. We're working on the Garcia Brothers in Detroit. It's coming together good. And we got a couple of tours planned. We got the Head PE tour in November, and then we're going back out with ICP for the rest of the Old Shit tour dates. And in a week or so, we're headed out for the Hallowicked dates. So things are looking really dope right now. It's
okay.
Dope.
And one thing, while I've got you on the line, I have to ask, you just kind of referenced it a little bit. Is there any way you can give us a little bit more detail, kind of open up and tell everybody across the country right now who's a little bit disappointed, what happened with the Old Shit tour and why it was postponed?
I don't know entirely, because it's not really my business. I know that it was some personal issues with a couple of the people on the tour, but I couldn't even really tell you who that is. All I know is anybody who's disappointed, fear not, because it's kind of for the better, because this gives ICP a chance to even revamp the tour and the ideas they have for it, and the show, and come back even harder than we were, because we had some strong momentum. Those shows were going good. The Oklahoma City show was like a riot almost. There was kids on the stage for almost the entire show. It was crazy. But truthfully, I don't really have a good answer for that, because I'm not entirely aware of what was totally up. We just know that if some shit needs to get postponed for a moment so people can handle whatever business they need to handle, that we respect that, and we're down with it, and we're down to ride when we all go back out. But yeah, I can tell you that it wasn't on me or Bones. I would put it on me or Bones if I had like some kind of excuse, but I don't.
I got you, man. I just
it's because Bones is pregnant. Bones got pregnant, and now I'm playing.
Well, let's all send our love and best wishes to Bones, everybody. There should be a shower being announced soon.
First pregnant man ever.
After Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He was looking at me like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't really know what it was, but all I know is, everything's all good. Everybody's good. It's just some business needed to be handled that couldn't be avoided.
I understand, man. It's just something
handled.
We had to ask, just because everybody's wanted to know, and I couldn't get you on the phone without asking you, man. I understand.
I'm pretty sure Violent J tweeted about it in some detail. I'm not entirely sure what he said, but I don't know. That's the best place I would go. That's the first source I would go for any info on that, is Violent J's Twitter, because he knows more about it than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and again, relating to the Old Shit tour, this may be something a little bit more up in the management level, but again, Boondocks was taken off this tour, a couple weeks ago, and then it was announced that he would be going on tour with Head PE, which we just discussed. Do you think that there's a possibility that Boondocks could rejoin the Old Shit tour now that it's been postponed to December?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure. Like, that's more of a question for him, but I think it's possible, because I know he had to handle some personal things this month, and this is the month that the tour was in, so that's why it conflicted. But I think so. It's all up to him, really. I don't know, but he got a Twitter too. He'll let y'all know too. You know what I'm saying? But I think, in my mind, being an artist over here and everything, I see that as being a good possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, excellent. Well, Otis, that's all the questions I got for you right now. Is there anything else you'd like to say to all your fans listening right now?
I want to shout out you guys, Big Ian and Scotty D and Faygoluvers, for showing love to us, and Juggalo News. They're always dope. TrueJuggalofamily.com. They're dope. Fucking everybody out there. I want to shout out everybody on fucking Facebook and MySpace and Twitters, and everybody in the real world too. Just much love to all the Juggalos. And stay tuned, because I can't wait to bring y'all some of this Garcia Brothers flavor. And keep your eyes peeled. We'll have a new Now You Know episode going up in about a week or so. So everybody keep them eyes peeled for that, and that's about it, man. Shout out to everybody. Much love to everybody.
Awesome. Well, with all that said, Juggalos, Juggalettes, Otis, A&B, Jahred, Head PE at some point before this.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Jahred and Head PE, too. Much love to them for that track and for putting us on this tour. They're the shit. My bad.
Awesome, y'all. Juggalos, we're out.